Starting to see that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it looks like that's what they're doing. They're trying to make it as. Oh shit! Oh shit!
All right. Let me make sure that we're off. Well, yo, Jacob, can we get the timestamps, bro? Please.
Opinions. So it looks like they are. Opinion could be in a lot of things. It could be like the society. In my opinion, it's not supposed to be like this, or it's supposed to be. So what they're going to try to do is create a following. And 104K. Oof, that's crazy, man. That's what I'm trying to start this thing. You know, help people realize this is what's happening. They're just looking forward to changing society, and maybe the election that's going to come up. So be careful with these podcasts. Here's the another one I saw that was like. I don't know if you guys see that, but she's got a new cookie show or something.
He might have been stealing a cookie away from Netanyahu, and I don't think that our will, if we were to oversee the next developments of Palestine in whatever way that took, would be the same as for Israel itself to. But yeah, I think it's of his own mind. I'm not sure we understand fully the direction. You know, many of you think it's because obviously Israel first thinking, but I think there's more to the story, and I'm hoping as such, because it seems strange. But yeah, I think it was of his own volition, but on behalf of obviously another interest.
What are you doing?
Yeah, crazy, and I have a tweet, I guess, which is, and I think it's major, because remember, on social media now, there's been this kind of uproar from Candace Owens, where a report was made. I believe it was Candace Owens and Dan Rosati, I can't remember the report now. But basically, that using this position or this idea that using the term Christ is King is anti-Semitic, and that was a report, and they said that was anti-Semitic according to Christians.
What the heck?
But the irony
Are you
was that
kidding
that
me?
report was done by
you see how many layers she put in there?
Except one person. All of them were Jewish Zionists. I think 2 were Indian and 1 was Christian. And so that's hit its ugly head. And now we have a scenario where what's his name again? This
Nobody saw her eat it. Alright, well, I wouldn't be surprised. Who's going to eat that? Alright.
So this is the ramification of Donald Trump's letter to
Yeah.
University.
Yeah, I'm not going to be using
So
that. It's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, I do want to hear what the panel thinks about that. In the meantime, Ryan, was there anything else you wanted to say? Or, because I know you put out.
Well, my battery died and
Oh,
I plugged
what?
in and then I couldn't get it to work. And I did not hear anything.
I don't want to know that.
What Truth was replying. If you moved on, I don't
Our
care. But
cookie show.
that's what happened. So, but yeah, you shouldn't be banned for saying Christ is King. Like that's just whatever. They're coming down. It reminds me of like why they brought up the Proud Boys during a presidential debate, like a very small organization, and they just tried to make them out of
like...
Moleville, and people got arrested for that too. It's ridiculous.
Oh, you saw this one?
That's pretty obvious why Trump is passing this executive order and why he is enforcing
Don't care about that.
Look at this, guys. This page writes, why MAGA must
Don't care
expose
about
podcasts,
that.
vipers of anti-Semitism. And I go, this is the girl that wrote the article,
Don't
of course
care
this is her
about
real
that.
fucking tweet, bro. About the fucking, her parents being at Auschwitz, bro. And yeah, Daniela Greenbaum Davis.
Oh, this is the
that's
one.
Pretty obvious.
You guys gotta see this. This is the one. This one made me so. It made me like, oh
It was
no,
a
don't do
sign
that.
off the bait and switch of the first order. Trump is nothing
This
but
is
a
what.
complete charlatan and a
This is
complete
what.
actor.
Look at me.
What in the Pinterest 2014 going on here?
Watch.
And last but not least, there's the whole Sussax thing. In the same segment
Oh,
that features the
man.
fruit platter, we see Meghan correct Mindy Kaling when she refers to her as Meghan Markle. And
So
loves it.
funny too that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
According to the Duchess of Sussex, the change
Wow.
is very important to her because she wanted to have the same last name as her children.
Wow, that's horrifying. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that. That's bad. It's insane. I don't know what she was thinking. I don't really care. But jeez, whatever. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin and see how
Basically,
that's
what I
going
did was
on.
I looked at Candace. She posted this like an hour ago. Why MAGA must expel the podcast Pied Pipers of anti-Semitism, and they put a picture of her, Andrew Tate, and Tucker Carlson. And I commented underneath, and the author's name is Daniela Greenbaum Davis. We know what that fucking means. But yeah,
Let's take a look and see what's
account, and she talks about how her great grandparents were murdered in Auschwitz. So it's like, you know, they're
see what's going on
it's
X.
crazy. Like this is the thing, right?
Same time.
Daryl Cooper just went on Joe
It's
Rogan
Bitcoin at
and he talked
82,000,
about Jews. If Daryl went on
1,886
fucking Joe
Ethereum,
Rogan and talked about
XRP
Jews,
228.
what's
You know, it
the
makes me
name?
wonder if
Candace
this
Owens went
Bitcoin
on,
goes up to
on the
150,000 someday or
and
125.
Andrew Tate mentioned
If
that you
XRP
can't
starting at
criticize Jews
228,
on
it might go to
the
$4.
Like, the Great
There is
Awakening
a
here.
possibility.
People are finally realizing what the fuck is going on. Another thing that I think is also interesting is being confirmed because we see these anti-Semitism laws come out. We see someone being
That's a
arrested for political
possibility.
speech. That's unheard of, unprecedented. Green card holder would be arrested for political speech on the premise that they're saying that he aligns with Hamas.
Okay.
Which, obviously, both sides have an argument. On the government side, they're arguing he violated, a section of the INA 230.
There's so much going on. Let me see what else I can
Speech
find
that was,
here.
and he was a spokesperson for a terrorist organization. But then you can make the argument, well, how is Hamas a terrorist organization without the IDF? Hamas and IDF do the same shit. They both commit acts of violence.
Let's see.
Oh,
did you guys see this? Elon. Trump bought a car. Duh, it's right there.
Denounce anything that has to do with the Israeli government because they control our government. Whether it's us protecting Benjamin Netanyahu from the ICC or Yoav Galan, us going ahead and pushing their lies where, they said, oh no, we have 40 bedded babies or babies in ovens. And then Yoav Galan admitted 2-3 weeks ago now on Israeli media that they actually implemented the animal directive. I mean, me and Suleiman talked about this over a year ago. But it wasn't until recently that their fucking equivalent of the Secretary of Defense, their defense minister, came out and admitted this shit after he left that position. So, it went from 2,000 dead to 1,200 dead. Then we find out that 400 of those combatants, 400 of those people were IDF combatants. Then we find out that leaves us, 800? And then we find out that the Hannibal Directive was implemented and it killed a bunch of Israelis. They were shooting into the kibbutzes with tanks. The Apache helicopters were killing the people over at the music festival.
Moving on past.
So, how many did Hamas actually kill? And then keep in mind that they kidnapped 200 of them. So what, 600 Israelis was 600. How many did Hamas kill? How much did Israel kill? Again, the laws of blame, whether Israeli or American, Israeli American or Palestinian, is horrible. But, let's be honest here. Israel told a tall tale to rationalize and justify their unprecedented
Where you guys look at that?
indiscriminate
I'm gonna
bombing
look
in
over
Gaza.
here.
And by the time we caught on to the line,
What's going on over here?
they had already leveled the place, they had already bombed a bunch of the hospitals, they already killed people. So at that point, they said, well, we gotta finish the job. Because they had the impetus they needed to conduct the warfare that they started conducting. And once they started, we couldn't stop them. Biden can't control Netanyahu. Despite the fact that he tried to withhold the 2,000 pounds, he was never stopped Netanyahu. And honestly, and I talked about this too on my podcast, a big reason why the ceasefire even happened is because Joe Biden had this ceasefire for like a year. He was trying to get it through. But Netanyahu didn't want to sign it. So when Trump comes in, what does Netanyahu do? He signs it. Why? So that Trump can get a big win on his inauguration day when he comes in.
Trying to see if I can get some stuff here.
But let's be honest here. It was actually the Biden administration that drafted it up. Trump just got credit for it. And the reason why I got credit for it is because I guarantee you there was a deal struck behind the scenes. Look, let's get as many of these hostages back. Let's strike this fucking ceasefire. Make me look good on my way in. And I promise you, when I come in and I get sworn in, I'll give you guys 2,000 pounds, 2,000 pound bombs. I'll give you guys all the aid that you want. I'll support you. And you guys can do whatever you want. I'm going to sign the anti-Semitism bills. I'm going to move the bill to get you guys your funding past Congress. I'm going to withhold aid for all the other countries. And that's what he did. Because as soon as he came in, super Israeli stance. Gave him everything that he wanted. Looked at a bunch of things that Biden had kind of held there, and they gave him the W, where he was able to come in and say, hey, look, I got a ceasefire. But even Trump, when he was signing those executive orders, like on day 1 or day 2 of his administration, he admitted that he didn't think that the ceasefire would last very long. He admitted this shit, because they never intended to have phase 2 of the ceasefire work. Why? Because Israel has been saying, we are going to destroy Hamas. So how the hell are they going to have an agreement with a party that they claim that they're going to destroy? So there was never going to be a permanent ceasefire ever, because the contingency that just can't be met here is Hamas needs to be removed. And if Hamas needs to be removed, they're not going to negotiate with them because they need to remove. So that's the whole issue here. So that's kind of where we're at. And obviously a lot of these Zionists are doing fucking damage control, whether it's them making hit pieces on Candace Owens or Tate or Tucker Carlson, because Tucker Carlson also had an interview where he said some things also. He said that Assad was critical to Christians not being killed in Syria. Obviously, this pissed off Ben Shapiro, who's a hardcore Zionist, as many of you know. So people are waking up, man. Some people do it more surreptitiously, like Tucker Carlson doesn't overtly criticize Israel.
Bulletproof.
But he made mention of it when he said why the JFK files being declassified. He knows exactly what the fuck is up. He just has to go about it in a different way.
What else?
Daryl Cooper going on the road.
What else can we see? What else is on the... Oh, you guys see what happened here? This one is bothering me.
People are finally waking up and able to speak about this shit because it's been suppressed for so goddamn long. I mean, you look at someone like Ryan Dawson who's here. Ryan Dawson's been talking about this stuff for like 20 years. But he's been suppressed, banned everywhere. And
This
no
is
one knows
bad.
this information because anyone that's been critical of Israel
The hell?
over the past few decades has been silenced.
This is not good.
So now, with Twitter being more free speech, with Rumble,
Makes you wonder. I have my ideas.
which, as much as TikTok is game for censorship, it was fantastic for spreading the truth on Israel. And the ADL couldn't regulate it. So,
One day.
there's definitely a mass awakening right now where people are figuring out who really runs this country. They're understanding Jewish power. They're understanding, the Zionist lobbies. And, it's getting there out there in the mainstream. Even places like Hassan Piker are out here, claiming, talking on behalf of Palestine and talking about the problems with what's going on in Gaza. Obviously, it does it from a more humanitarian perspective, but the one thing that I've seen that unites both the left and the right here is criticism of Israel. The right criticizes Israel, or what they want to call the far right. They criticize them
Okay,
for
you see how
influence on
he
our
was
politicians,
twice?
pro-Jewry,
burglarized twice?
That is the stuff that gets you in trouble.
That's how the FBI and the CIA start. They send a person informant to actually do something to your car, or do something to your house, or do something to your motorcycle, or do something to your family. They just send somebody first. You don't do anything about it, they'll send it again. What they want is you to have an interaction to attack you. Or, I mean, they don't want to attack you, but they want you to do something, so then the person that's with the FBI and the CIA, they can attack you in a very hostile manner. So, okay. This is why when he said, let's listen to that again, what he said.
That's what they've done. And the left has been a huge force in bringing another one of his crew members. He says the dying deep state is doing everything. They also think this was the second time
Time.
Alex Jones placed blame on Austin's Democratic George Soros-backed district attorney there for failing to control crime. He even posted on X this morning about another one of his crew members. He says the dying deep state is doing everything they can to try and get more of my crew killed. We'll follow the updates on this story as the investigation into that murder continues.
It's been twice. Something's going on. That whole thing twice is the problem.
Good evening. I'm Detective Leah Ratliff with the Austin Police Department Public Information Office. So last night at approximately 11:57 p.m., officers responded to a shoot stab hotshot, which is a high priority call for service in the 2300 block of Douglas Street. 911 had received a 911 call that indicated an emergency at this location. Officers arrived on scene approximately 2 minutes later at around 11:59 p.m. and located a male subject with obvious signs of trauma. Austin police officers attempted life-saving measures, and the victim was pretty expediently transported by EMS to the local hospital. Unfortunately, the victim, an adult male, was pronounced deceased at the hospital at approximately 12:19 a.m. this morning. APD homicide detectives are currently on scene and are actively conducting an ongoing investigation. I just spoke with the homicide detectives leading this investigation, and they are not releasing any suspect information at this time. I would like to remind you that this is pretty early on in the investigation, and the homicide unit will be releasing more information as they are able. We are encouraging that anyone with any information regarding this incident.
Here's the situation: if they don't find him, and if they do find him, you gotta wonder, like, who's behind the whole thing. If they don't find him, it's obvious somebody at a higher level is actually making this happen. So
Contact the homicide unit. You can do so by either contacting the homicide tip line at 512-974-8477, or an anonymous reporting for homicide would be our Crime Stoppers line, which is 512-472-8477. And to recap, we have one victim, an adult male, who was pronounced deceased at a local hospital. I mean, I don't want to just keep repeating it, but like I said, at this time, like, their homicide is not listed. I believe it was outside in the parking lot. I'm not 100% sure that, I believe so.
not 100% sure. It's disconcerting. They don't really. A lot of these people in these uniforms, they just. They're not really totally into the whole. They do their job, that's it. They don't really go in there.
That information was not released to me.
Look into it.
Like I said, they are asking that if anyone does have any information, we are just not at this time. Just said that there was obvious trauma, signs of trauma, and one person is deceased.
What does John say? Is he out here? No, he's not. But yeah, don't be surprised if it's the intelligence agency. Yeah, don't be surprised if it's the intelligence agency. They are notorious for this stuff. See what else we can see. Oh, did you guys see the, I don't know if you guys saw that Trump Tower was invaded earlier today. I guess there's something going on with the Palestinian stuff.
Officials have arrested nearly 100 people after a crowd of protesters stormed the lobby of Trump Tower in New York City. They're demanding the release of Mahmoud Khalil, a Palestinian activist, a graduate student at NYU, or rather at Columbia University. He is at risk of being deported after who helped lead protests against the war in Gaza at the university last year. Homeland Security officials have accused Khalil of being a Hamas sympathizer. Let's go right now outside live at Trump Tower with CNN's Omar
of Mahmoud Khalil, Jewish protests that took place inside Trump Tower behind me on multiple levels, 2 different levels of that main sort of lobby entrance to the tower here, as we understand from police. And they were protesting on behalf of Mahmoud Khalil. Jewish Voice for Peace was the group that was leading these particular protests that we saw. When we first got to the scene, we saw dozens of protesters in zip ties being loaded onto buses where they were taken to central booking, as we understand from New York police. But the chants that we heard from supporters that even gathered on the outside of some of these barriers that police put in place to keep crowds sort of at bay were things like "Fight Nazis, not students," and protesting on behalf again of Khalil, who is still being held in ICE custody.
That's interesting. Isn't it weird, like, seeing this, like, you see all the ones in black against little few people on the left. The big evil people on the right side against the innocent on the left. You know, I get the feeling this guy over here and them right here, he's an informant. He ain't moving. He's just staring at stuff. What she got to say? Holy crap.
Well, first I'd like to say free Mahmoud Khalil. He's a political prisoner. He was abducted from his home, his 8-month pregnant wife, illegally and taken to an undisclosed location. And
something going on there.
Does that sound like America? I don't know.
What's your background? What made you concerned about this issue?
Well, I was brought up Jewish. I was brought up with a lot of things that weren't true. I had to unlearn them, and I have a debt to pay.
I wonder what that means.
Debt to pay? What do you mean?
Things I learned and that I had to unlearn? What does that mean? I'm not really too familiar with that stuff.
I have a debt for what I grew up with and believed.
What does that mean? I don't understand. I'm a little naive. Or am I? I don't know. Come on, man. Damn. Here's an interesting one that I just saw that I found interesting. It was on X. As a protest. I haven't really looked into this. Let's take a look. See what's going on here.
Protests against Elon Musk are growing around the country as well here in the Puget Sound.
We've shown you several of them outside his two big businesses, Tesla and SpaceX. But that's not the only anti-Musk sentiment. We've seen the anger directed at Tesla drivers here, resulting in some actual crimes. A Tesla set on fire, drivers ambushed in their cars, and some even putting anti-Elon stickers on vehicles. Carrying signs, dozens gathered outside his stores in Redmond. Fox 13 reporter Nia Wong was there this afternoon. So, Nia, what did protesters say?
Protesters have been showing up every Wednesday for the past 3 weeks in front of SpaceX and Starlink in Redmond. And they tell me they're going to keep coming out until Elon Musk gets out of our government affairs.
Redmond. Oh, shit.
Washingtonians speaking out against Elon Musk.
He's not democratically elected. He has a lot of power.
Voicing their frustrations in front of SpaceX and Starlink in Redmond.
SpaceX has done some wonderful things. Elon Musk is doing some terrible things.
Protesters say Musk is unappointed and unfit to coordinate cuts in federal funding to multiple programs and agencies.
He's just ripping the whole fabric of our country apart. And we need to stop him. We do. We need to stop this.
While this weekly gathering remains peaceful,
we're getting bigger.
Others, like at this rally in downtown Seattle, took a different turn. Cheers turned to jeers when Cybertrucks drove in front of the Henry M. Jackson Federal Building during another rally on Tuesday afternoon.
Wow.
One Tesla rolled through the block, but not without getting its roof smashed in. While Seattle PD reveals the frequency of vandalism against Tesla vehicles has increased after the election, there hasn't been a visible difference between the year-to-date of 2024 and 2025. They say the weekly count remains between 1 to 2 incidents each week.
I don't believe 100. Most of the waves we get are from people driving Teslas. I don't blame them. You know, I blame the guy who runs it.
You know,
in the other Washington, Elon Musk.
This is a situation like he's doing what he has to do to fix the country, but it's what's interesting to me is that how that one guy was saying, oh no, you know, the guys who drive it are okay and people who work there are okay, but it's this one guy that's the problem. But it makes you think like how they can't dissociate, or they can't understand how they're one person is trying to help, and this is what happens when you go against the people that are in charge. He is trying to fix it, and because he's trying to fix it, he gets involved in so many things. And so, hey, you know, the people they don't understand or don't want to understand are saying, oh, he's doing something bad, or he's the one who's got to taken down. So I don't understand. Like, I say to the people who are against what he's doing don't realize that all the bureaucracy was stealing our taxes, our money. I don't understand how they can't see that. Not only were they taking our taxes, but the FBI and the CIA and NSA are using that money to harm you guys, to keep you down, to use endless wars, to ruin people's lives. I just don't understand. So strange.
Has received plenty of support from Republican lawmakers. Last night, he received a standing ovation from GOP members, and President Trump thanked him for his hard work. One senator even said this.
It's always great to hear from Elon about what they're about, how much money they're saving.
You see that? He's saving money.
The process they're going through.
Meanwhile, these protesters, organized by Indivisible Valley, say they'll keep making their presence known at the corner of Novelty Road and Redmond Ridge Drive.
I fear that this administration is working so quickly, and if we don't speak up now, what will things be like in 1 week, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks? I feel like our rights are being taken away.
Organizers of today's protest tell me they...
A hit and run. Damn, $2 million. That is crazy. Wow. What's this one?
Democracy depends on a free press. Please support our independent journalism at democracynow.org/give. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. We just reconnected with Gaza and want to return to our conversation with the 2 doctors who are volunteering at hospitals in Khan Yunis in Gaza.
Anyways.
And made allegations that I was promoting vandalism and such. And Musk said Costa is committing crimes. So that was terrifying to receive the news of that tweet, and the fallout from that has just been, there's been a lot of people online trying to smear me, make connections, make up stories about who I am and where I get money from, all sorts of just harassment, and I've received threats. It's been scary. It's been scary. In response to a tweet from a person who essentially fought his way into the White House as the largest online social media platform and is spreading outright lies about me and the movement as a whole, the Tesla takedown movement as a whole. So I'm just an organizer with the Seattle-based group Troublemakers. There's a group of us here. We're working with a number of organizations and individuals who've been planning protests at Tesla showrooms.
Oh, dude, you guys gotta see this. Okay, anyways, it's great. Oh, dude, look, Tate is pissed.
Fuck is Tate? Oh, Tate, come on, bro. I can't wait till he gets on this podcast. That's the first thing I'm asking.
Oh, easy, bro.
Hey, Andrew, come on.
Hey, yo, are you out of your mind? We're in his crib, bro. Show some respect. Don't be Mr. Alpha. When he comes on, you're gonna be a bitch. Guarantee you're Alpha right now. When he sits down, you're gonna fucking be a pussy.
I'm not gonna ask him why the fuck he wasn't here for the last 34 minutes.
$500 right now. Alright, fine.
Bro, can I have a iced coffee? Actually, no, a hot coffee. Give me a black coffee and a sparkling water.
I'm gonna call you out right now.
No, I was away from the grab the mic. Well, Steiny was convinced that you were...
shut the fuck up, bro.
Fuck is Tate? Oh, Tate, come on, bro.
I think this dude annoyed him. There's some annoying things that this guy did. Something about him, really. There's some things I didn't like, but whatever. Oh, that guy is bald.
It's on you.
Weak ass off.
I can hear it.
That guy's bald? No wonder he wears a hat.
That's just funny.
Oh shit.
Damn, actually? Shit. Oh, I didn't know that was bad. My bad, bro. Like, actually. No, actually. Put the camera out for a second. Damn. You know what they say, Ron? Fuck around and find out. If we did this outside, I would have shot you. Nobody can hear you. It's on you. Weak ass off. I can hear it. That's just funny. That's just funny.
Well, sometimes you gotta get slack.
Damn, actually? Shit.
Bald.
Oh, I didn't know that was bad. My bad, bro. Like, actually.
Oh.
I apologize for the tape podcast. I was absolutely sauced up. But I do want to point out one thing. You did have your plan of, yo, I'm going to be a gangster. I'm going to call this guy out. You didn't do any of that. You actually got on your hands and knees and sucked this guy's dick for an hour and a half, which is
Okay,
cool.
now I'm gonna disrespect you. I'm about to snatch you out that fucking cherry, little fucking rat.
Oh.
Who says that kind of shit? I did what on my hands and knees,
Let me-
bitch? Go ahead, say it again. Say it again.
Let me rephrase it.
Say what I do on my hands and knees?
Okay.
I'll
So anyway.
smack you.
Okay.
Take it back.
You want me to send back your 1,000 too?
Take it. Send me that $1,000 back too, by the way, bitch. I'll smack the fuck out of you.
I apologize.
You
I wanna
know.
apologize for the tape podcast.
Oh,
I was
shit.
absolutely sauced up. But I do want to point out one thing. You did have your plan of, yo, I'm going to be
He
a gangster. I'm
knows.
going to call this guy out. You didn't do any of that. You actually got on your hands and knees and sucked this guy's dick for an hour and a half, which is
Okay,
cool.
now I'm gonna disrespect you. I'm about to snatch you out that fucking cherry, little fucking rat. Who says that kind of shit? I did what on my hands and knees, bitch? Go ahead, say it again. Say it again.
Let me rephrase it.
Say what I do on my hands and knees?
Okay.
I'll
So anyway.
smack you.
Okay.
Take it back.
You want me to send back your 1,000 too?
Take it. Send me that $1,000 back too, by the way, bitch. I'll smack the fuck out of you.
I want to apologize for the tape podcast.
The
I
juice.
was absolutely sauced up. But I do want to point out one thing. You did have your plan of, yo, I'm going to be a gangster. I'm going to call this guy out.
Juice
You
got him
didn't do-
going there. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, boys. Take my roll, that's premium champagne, yeah.
Someone told me when Brett's good.
Oh, I don't think so. Oh, Brian Shaw? Oh. I thought he meant Brian,
Okay.
I thought he meant the other guy.
I could have put my foot in front of that. Be fair, you're strong though. I just was trying to stress. Yeah. You look good too. I don't know why you were so scared to take your take that off. Stoners. Like
And his hair got exposed because of all the juice he does. Look, watch right there.
okay. Okay, fair enough. I could have put my foot in front of that. Be fair, you're strong though. I just was trying to stress. Yeah. You look good too. I don't know why you were so scared to take your take that off. Stoners. Like
No, but here's the
Oh yeah. What's up, man? Bradley. Tristan, nice to meet you.
I just want you to know I got this for you and one for your brother as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Is it poison or something weird?
Yo, be careful with that, for real.
I appreciate it very much. Like, you know, I'm not one of them Americans who think the whole like prank culture shit. So, you know, when they go up to people and like slap each other in the face and go ha ha ha. If anyone touches me, I'm not letting them fuck.
Yo.
So there's a joke involved in this. It's not really funny for very long.
Yeah. I love how south this went, bro. This is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
you gotta be careful with these guys. They will. Kind of knock you. Oh, what? I didn't see this. When did this happen?
raised on the streets, whatever. Someone said, "Oh, your boy."
I gotta see this.
Yo, Tate, come on, bro.
Oh, easy, bro.
Andrew, come on.
Hey, yo, are you out of your mind? We're in this crib, bro. Show some respect. I guarantee your alpha right now when he sits down, you're gonna fucking be a pussy.
I'm not gonna ask him how the fuck he wasn't here for the last 34 minutes.
$500 right now.
Give me a black coffee and a sparkling water.
I'm gonna call you out right now. Mr. Tardiness.
No, I was gonna wait for him to grab the mic.
Yeah.
Steiny was convinced that you
Yo,
were.
shut the fuck up, bro. We got this recorded.
You said he was in the kitchen.
Where's Georgiana? I need a lighter.
Yo, Tate, come on, bro.
Oh, easy, bro.
Andrew, come on.
Hey.
Gee, you gotta be careful.
The Tate podcast. We were coming up.
This is where I think he was pissed.
We were coming up. We were talking about that clip.
What, when Brad was touching tape? What do you have a count on how many times you touched him? I think it was 50. You had, like, you were about to finger it or some shit, but you kept tapping it, like,
Dude, all I know is
aggressively.
what's funny about that clip is like, why did that come like? How many years later did that clip just pop up? I mean, the Tate podcast. We were coming up. We were talking about that clip.
What, when Brad was touching tape? What do you have a count on how many times you touched him? I think it was 50. You had, like, you were about to finger it or some shit, but you kept tapping it, like,
Dude, all I know
aggressively.
is what's funny about that clip is like, why did that come like? How many years later did that clip just pop up? I mean, the Tate podcast. We were coming up. We were talking about that clip.
What, when Brad was touching tape? What do you have a count on how many times?
Jeez.
I was raised on the streets, whatever.
So dangerous.
I gotta address this real quick.
I got some. No, hold on, bro.
Go ahead.
Did you ever at one point underestimate how powerful?
Okay.
No, where you're like Jesus, because there was a point where me and my friends used to be like, yo, you can fucking have multiple girls. And you might not have said that directly, but you have that. That's a good question, no?
It is a good question, but
why are you overcoming it?
I was saying the reason why I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, why people, they're the same thing they're talking about, the influence, right? We know it's a joke, but the people that they're saying don't know it's a joke, why they're trying to protect them, the younger kids who can't decide.
Correct. And I'm a professional, and as a professional, I accept the reality of scenarios. I don't get emotional about it, even if it happens to me. So there is some, I'll sit and say, yes, there is some valid argument for cancellation. I'll accept it. So none of the reasons they've told me is canceled. But the reason I don't think those valid arguments, the reason I don't respect those valid arguments is because of how orchestrated it was when it was attacking. If they were to sit there and say, Andrew is a person who's lived a very unique life, and he's had a very difficult experience, and he understands the nuances of certain situations, and perhaps young, male, impressionable minds don't completely understand delicacies of what he's saying.
Oh, I'm trying to do a
less empathetic and perhaps adopt attitudes which are not inclusive. That I'd get that and say, you know what? Yes, I'll say it. I can't say it.
I gotta address this real quick.
I got something.
No,
hold on, bro.
Go ahead.
Did you ever at one point underestimate how powerful?
Okay.
No, where you're like Jesus, because there was a point where me and my friends used to be like, yo, you can fucking have multiple girls, and you might not have said that directly, but you have that.
I'm not believe that. Anyways, looking at something just showed up. Hold on here.
Hide the character you want to be and try your best to achieve it.
Why do you think people struggle with
I think because they know they're failing. I think that most people.
perception is?
I asked it though
because when I come from I just can't just
yeah, I know.
And as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Not just for you, but I mean as a whole. Like,
He's like, what the?
Overall, just
Damn. You see that look right there? It's kind of like you're gonna get smacked.
Hide the character you want to be and try your best to achieve it.
Why do you think people struggle?
I think because they know they're failing.
Why did he move the hookah for?
I asked it though because
when I come from
I just can't just.
Look, he touched him so many times. Look, you see that right there?
Create like overall just.
Oh, that's
33 years old. Yep. And it's something I really want to do. How do you know when is the right time, and how do you know when is the right time? I'll talk to them a little bit about it, but I just want your perspective on it.
The zombies coming. You've emptied your clip. He's still here.
Not even just content-wise. I just mean life-wise. Like, where do you think is
winners and losers? And you just have to take absolute
Oh shit. Oh man, scary.